test. What does your video game collection say about you? What is good, YouTube? This is OWS the King for OWS the King Gaming, your hub for casual gaming. And for years, I enjoyed collecting video games. Over time, I picked up the hobby and eventually set it aside also. I've bought many games. I sold a few. So last year, I decided to stop buying large amounts of games and limited myself to purchasing at least maybe one a month until it eventually faded out completely, simply because I was already happy with my collection. So I kind of wanted to have a discussion on why I collected video games, what started me into gaming, and what my collection right now says about me. I've been gaming since 1986. So here in the States, the Nintendo Entertainment System debuted in 85, but I didn't see one of those until 1987. My first console was the Sega Master System. My grandmother, God bless her, she was a gamer. She had everything. She was the first person I knew who owned certain consoles long before any of my friends did. As a kid, I used to see those old Atari cartridges and mistake them for 8-tracks. So I'm thinking, who is Donkey Kong and how he managed to release an album? Long story short, I've been gaming for almost 40 years now. I've seen and been a part of the true console wars, Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. I experienced the 3D era with the PS1, Sega Saturn, Nintendo 64, and I was in the front lines of peak gaming, in my opinion, Gen 7. So what got me into video game collecting started around maybe 2017, when I had a lot of disposable income after spending years as being a workaholic, driving RVs and trucks. One of my main hobbies back then was making music, which took up most of my free time. I had missed about 10 years of gaming. So I was playing catch up, and I remember as clear as day sitting in my living room watching TV, and I was thinking, damn, I really want to play NBA Street Volume 2 and Def Jam Fight for NY. And I remember I had a OG Xbox in my closet, but I had no games. I had no games for the damn thing. So I'm thinking, how can I get these games? I knew at the time GameStop had thrown away old games because they only prioritized like modern. So I got onto eBay and I found NBA Street. I was like, bet $22 for complete in box, used Platinum Hits version. Let's add that to the cart. And then I looked up Def Jam Fight for NY, and I was like, you fucking kidding me? Why is this so damn expensive? Even in 2017, 2018, you couldn't find a copy of Def Jam Fight for NY for less than $90. So in that case, I was just like, nah, I'm good. We'll find that shit somewhere else. I did end up getting a copy, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So I picked up the copy of NBA Street and started playing, and it got me thinking about how much I missed games like NBA Live 2005, the original Max Payne, Silent Hill 2. So I decided to start tracking down some of these old games that I used to have back in the day. I ended up buying again. But yeah, around this time, I was really behind when it came to gaming. I might had the yearly standard WWE 2K basketball game, so I really missed out on a lot. I started to feel nostalgic for many games from my youth. But with that being said, I also skipped a tail end of the Xbox 360, PS3 era, while pretty much ignoring most of PS4 and Xbox One timeline. As a result, I missed out on a lot of solid video games. So at this point, I'm internet purchasing like a sumbitch. I'm buying bundles online, meeting people through Facebook Marketplace, checking eBay daily, discovering Macari, where I ended up snagging a ton of games. I mean, fast forwarded to 2020, where the retro game market started to really shift. And I was really glad to be ahead of that curve, since I scored some titles for way less than how much they were going in 2020. Luki Games, Amazon, Double Jump, Play Asia, they were my go-to spots. And I just started stocking up on games, focusing mainly on titles from the PS1 era all the way up. I had a Wii when it first came out, like many of us did, but only played Wii Sports on the damn thing, just like a lot of us did. And then I find out that that console had bangers on there. So I took a deep dive on that library. I purchased so many games and still haven't played half of them. I was still on the road a lot, even through the COVID time, driving from the Midwest down to the West Coast. And when I worked locally, we worked all night. So I ended up buying stuff online with the hopes of playing these games once work slowed down. And I was thinking ahead, maybe 10 years, I'll have time to sit down and play this shit. So it was always a maybe one day thing with my video game collecting. As long as the bills was paid, kids was taken care of, I had passive money to spend, and it went to video games. And don't get me started on 2022, where I bought a Nintendo Switch OLED and started my obsession on finding rare and obscure video games for the Switch. To this day, Nintendo Switch is one of my favorite consoles to collect for. And we fast forwarded to 2024, and I'm finally starting to think, yeah, I'm about done. I've gathered an excellent collection of games I'm really truly proud to own. And then you ask, why am I proud of it? It's because I've never bought anything I generally didn't want to play. And I guess that's the real conversation that needs to be had. What are you collecting for? So we got on social media, and some people collect basically for the thrill of the challenge or the hunt. You take YouTubers like Gamer Aimer or even Retro Ghetto, for example. If you see them, they seem to love going out, finding deals, haggling, traveling from different parts of the country, to track down like video games that they want. Then they bring them home and turn them into an aesthetic type of thing. Put them on display, put them in their game rooms where they can just simply enjoy looking at their collection. I am the opposite. I couldn't care less to go to a garage sale, to a swap meet, to these conventions, to buy video games. I ain't got time for that shit. So I go online to get these deals. Yeah, I have a local game store, and I try to get up there as much as possible. When I see one, I definitely like to pop in, support your locals. But I found deals online just the same, and I thrived on that for a long time. And if the money was funny on a title that I wanted, I would say, nah, I'm good, and I'll just look somewhere else. Then you start talking about real retro gaming like Nintendo, TurboGrafx, Sega Genesis, and you realize you can't buy everything, but you still want to play them. Then what I done, I check mod consoles. I go to the mod console communities, and that opened up a brand new world of gaming for me. I picked up modded Xboxes, modded PS2 consoles. I'm not promoting any of that on the channel, but I will say, just do your research, because for me, the games is what matters. Is experiencing all these games, the preservation of all these classic games. That's why I collect, for the experience, for the hope of playing these games sooner than later. And this start of the year has been slower work-wise, so I've been taking advantage of it because I've made quite a backlog for myself. I don't feel like I bought things just to buy them, although as a whole, this is a large amount of money. But that is also a conversation to have. Am I willing to let this stuff go? if things go south, because let's be honest, that's more reality than anything nowadays. Yeah, if I was down bad and I had to get rid of everything, I would. In the end, it's just shit. It's just stuff. You still gotta survive out here. Right now, my collection reflects my ability to choose. And at this point in my life, I can go without ever buying another video game ever again. My physical and digital collections go hand in hand. I'm good, my boy. Backlogs are great. Stop turning them into something negative by self-diagnosing yourself and saying you have choice paralysis. You don't. That's bullshit. Just take a video game off your shelf and play the damn thing. Stop letting these YouTubers warp your mind into hating this hobby. They want you to not enjoy it. Time away from a game means you waste your time watching their shit content. And this hobby shouldn't be this stressful, okay? Uncle OWS always gonna be honest with you. I am a straight shooter, but that'll be another topic for another day. So I really don't know what angle I wanted to go with this conversation. I just turned on the mic and wanted to talk more about it. But I definitely love talking about video game collecting and what it means to me. And I also want to know, what do your collections say about you? Are you just trying to buy back your youth? Are you looking for full sets, subsets of something? Maybe a whole Wii U collection, every long box PlayStation 1 game. I used to want to do that. I really did. I wanted to get all the classic long box PlayStation games, and I had to stop myself. I was like, nah, that's a big collecting rabbit hole right there, man. But let me know in the comment section if you want more video game collection videos like this. Hit that thumbs up. Check out some other videos on the channel. We got a lot of stuff going on here. Keep a lookout for more. I am OWS the King for OWS the King Gaming, your hub for casual gaming. I am the anti-YouTuber. We post videos here. We don't spam our page. Like, comment, subscribe. Be safe out there. Peace.